Alrighty, so today I'm going to do another News of the Week episode in MLS, though most likely this video will not be uploaded until tomorrow because my internet has been down the whole day. And if it's going to continue to stay down tomorrow, most likely I am going to call technical support to see what is going on. And basically right now, I've only been able to upload video at the local library, and since the local library actually closed in about 30 minutes time, most likely, unless if the internet comes back tonight, I'm not going to be able to upload this video. So it's kind of frustrating that of course is the case, but like I said, let's just hope that my internet will go back to normal. I mean, I have this problem before where it goes down for about a day or two, but most of the time it will basically come back on, and I'm hoping that maybe will be the same case again. But in terms of some of the news that we have happened in these past couple of days, boy, did we had some big news that came out of MLS. And we start off with MLS announcing the pricing plan for Apple TV, and that they finally announced how much it's going to cost in terms of able to watch all of these MLS games and all these League Cup games that's going to be on Apple TV. And it turns out that if you're an existing subscriber of Apple TV, you only need to pay $12.99 per month or $79 per season. And if you're a non-subscriber of Apple TV, you'll be paying $14.99 per month or $99 per season. Now, obviously, the price is a little bit steep, especially for casual fans that want to get into MLS. I mean, if you're already kind of like an existing MLS fan, or in my cases, you know, try to watch every single MLS game and basically do previews and review every day, this pricing is actually pretty good. I mean, you know, even though I'm not an Apple TV subscriber, $99 per season, I think that's right around the same as the ESPN Plus subscription, ever since ESPN Plus basically went up their pricing to $9.99 per month and $99 for the whole year. But again, obviously this does kind of is a bit of a problem for casual fans, though. Again, you know, this season it seems like they're going to have at least 40 plus games that is going to be free to access, and it's not going to be behind a paywall, and that I think maybe that will be a chance to maybe get some of those casual fans into it, because I know for sure that as much as almost a third of the MLS game is going to be available for free, that probably won't be the case. It might be decreasing as the year goes, but like I said, you know, the pricing, I think it's still decent. I mean, it's still much cheaper than when MLS Live was a thing a couple of years ago, but I can understand why there are some people who are saying that it is a little bit steep, and especially for casual fans that, you know, they don't want to just pay $99 per season, and then they also have to pay like ESPN Plus, Paramount Plus, and even Peacock just to watch all these league kind of games. Now, moving on into the next news. Now, I think a couple of News of the Week episode, I talk about NYCFC and how there was a rumor that they were going to make a big announcement in a week in regards to the soccer-specific stadium. And I mentioned that, you know, this is probably the closest it has come for NYCFC to finally announce that they're going to have a soccer-specific stadium. Well, today, the landmark day has finally happened. Today is officially the day that they finally announced that they are going to be building a soccer-specific stadium in Queens, and that, you know, even the mayor of New York, Mayor Eric Adams, even did a press conference talking about how they're very excited to finally build a soccer-specific stadium, specifically in New York City and in the borough of Queens, and that they are going to be building right as what I thought was going to be the case in terms of the original rumor that it's going to be around Willets Point, where the Mets are currently playing. And including in the plan of the soccer-specific stadium, they're also building these affordable housing around the stadium. And in total, it's going to be $700 million in terms of the plan itself. And obviously, if that is the case, that is the most expensive soccer-specific stadium, or just in general, just the whole landscape. That is kind of the most expensive out of all of the soccer-specific stadium that is built. But the good thing about this one is that it will be privately funded. No public money is going to be used in this. And again, I like the fact that a lot, if not all, MLS soccer-specific stadium are now privately funded, because we've seen in some of these other American league, especially in the NFL, when we've seen these big football stadium that cost like billions of dollars, and it's not completely privately funded. It's great to see that of course, is the case in MLS. And again, in terms of the affordable housing, obviously, we'll see whether that, of course, is the case. Because, I know they said that it is going to be affordable housing, but we'll see how affordable it is going to be, knowing the fact that, this is New York. New York is among the most expensive place to live in the country. But yeah, again, this is something that every NYCFC fans have been wanting to see for a very long time. And really, even as a neutral, this has been something that I've been wanting to see for a long time too, because I think it's safe to say that I think, as much as we have had a lot of these memes and a lot of these jokes about how NYCFC have played in a baseball stadium, and they also have recently becoming kind of like the homeless team of MLS, just playing in so many different stadiums throughout the season. I think it's about time for them to finally get a soccer-specific stadium, and that, even though they also mentioned that it won't be ready at least until 2027, and that is if there's no delay in terms of that timeline, the fact that they've been finally able to get to this point is just something that, again, a couple of years ago, we thought that it was going to happen, but it just feels like it's been kind of just stuck into this part where it looked like it's going to happen, and then it just never happened. And again, finally, that this has finally marked, and that, I think, again, it's something that is very historic. And again, this is also a sign that, if NYCFC can get themselves a soccer-specific stadium, and specifically New York can get a soccer-specific stadium, I think this may be a watershed moment where other teams that are desperately looking for soccer-specific stadium could finally get a chance to get it done. Look at you, Boston and New England, in terms of how they are trying very hard to get themselves a soccer-specific stadium too. But yeah, what a big moment this is, and a moment that it feels like it's like 10 years in the making, ever since NYCFC came into the league. Now, moving on in terms of the next news, and talk about some of the transfers that has happened. Now, despite the fact that free agency did open today, there wasn't as much as big kind of transfer and trade that has happened, though we did have one deal involving Nashville SC acquiring Jacob Schaffelberg on a permanent deal in exchange for 300,000 GAM to Toronto FC, and I think that's a bargain for Nashville, because I think Jacob Schaffelberg, when he came to Nashville, he really revitalized his career. I mean, during his time with TFC, he was just kind of a bench warmer, and that, now that he come to Nashville and that he has been given the chances to play under Gary Smith, you can see that he definitely started to become a player that, back a couple of years ago, we thought that he could be a raw talent in this TFC system. But again, this is a no-brainer for Nashville, and especially 300,000 GAM for a guy that has a lot of upside. I think this is a good signing for Nashville. Now, the Portland Timbers also signed Felipe Mora to a contract extension. Now, despite the fact that Felipe Mora has been very injury-prone in these past couple of years, it makes sense. I mean, he is a guy that is kind of almost starting to become a legend for the Timbers, with him being there for a very long time. And again, if he can just stay healthy, he is definitely a lethal number 9, and I expect him coming back next season will at least kind of solve the issue that they had in that number 9 spot. But one player that is going to be leaving MLS is Anton Tinnerholm, who has announced that he is going to be departing NYCFC and going back to his native country, Sweden, to join Malmo FF. Now, obviously, this is definitely a big loss for NYCFC, because Anton Tinnerholm has meant so much for NYCFC. But, you just had a feeling that, this season, after last season coming back from injuries, and that he hasn't really been as good as the Anton Tinnerholm that we saw with NYCFC a couple of years ago. You just had a feeling that maybe they're thinking about moving on from him, and especially, I don't know, they mentioned how much it's going to be the case in terms of the transfer. If it's going to be a big transfer fee, then yeah, that's a good investment for NYCFC. Though again, losing Anton Tinnerholm, it definitely does hurt, because again, you talk about club legend, he has been a guy that's been there for a very long time, and a guy that has at times been the heart and soul of this NYCFC team. Now, NYCFC have also locked up a player on a contract extension, and that player is Tavon Gray. And again, not a big surprise, because Tavon Gray is one those players out of many on this NYCFC team that can have a lot of good potential and could be a guy that maybe could be sold off a couple of years down the line. And you can see during these last years or so, his development has definitely gone to plan, and that I can see that he can be a decent player, and that you could maybe even say that he could be a direct replacement to Anton Tinnerholm. Though again, I don't think they actually play in the same position, and that we'll see whether if he can maybe have the same impact as Anton Tinnerholm had with NYCFC. That is Tavon Gray. Now another player that is departing an MLS team and actually have just recently announced their retirement is Domenico Crescito, who announced his retirement for TFC after only playing one season with the team. I mean, there was a hint that was going to be the case because he is now in his mid-30s, and usually fullbacks, I've noticed a lot of fullbacks that usually their lifespan in the game is not as long as some of these players, and that I think for Crescito, he feels like the time is right for him to, of course, announce his retirement. And even though he spent one short season with TFC, he's definitely had a great career. I mean, mostly during his time in Italy. I mean, he have played with Juventus before, spent a lot of time with Zenit St. Petersburg, and even spent a lot of time with Genoa, the team that he came before going to TFC, and also an Italian international, making 20 plus cap appearance. So it's been a great career for Domenico Crescito, and one that for TFC, I don't know if they were thinking about bring him back, because with him coming into TFC, I thought he was okay. I mean, he wasn't spectacular, which again, out of all the Italian player that TFC brought in, I don't think they were expecting Crescito to be the most important player, considering the other guy like Insigne and Benedeschi are supposed to be the Italian showcase. But nevertheless, I definitely wish Domenico Crescito the best of the rest of his life, and congratulations of his great career that he has had in the past decade and a half. And then finally, in the last news, we got St. Louis have revealed their primary kit for their expansion season. And actually, I should get out my phone right now because I want to show you guys this primary kit that they have. And also, it's going to take a bit for it to load because, I don't have an internet. I'm using my data to load up this page right here. But yeah, so it's called the City Kit that they are going to be wearing, and I gotta say, the one that they're wearing, it's definitely one of the better ones. I mean, I've seen these past couple of expansion team in terms of wearing their kit. I mean, I know the Austin one with the primary kit that they wear, that looked very, very good. I mean, the one last year with Charlotte was kind of a little bit underwhelming, but I think the color kind of makes up for it because I do love that Carolina blue that Charlotte basically wear. But the one that St. Louis is wearing this season definitely blow those two out of the water. And when I look at this kit, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Quakes kit that they had in 2017, where on the left side it kind of has the same pattern, and it has the same pattern there. Although I think if there is one criticism I will say about this kit that they've been wearing is the fact that on the right they just kind of gone with a blank kind of paint kind of color. I thought maybe they would be a little bit more creative on the other half of the jersey, but nevertheless, when I look at this jersey, definitely one of the better one. And apparently it says it's designed the red color that they have, of course, represents the club, even though when you look at it, it's not really red. It's more pinkish, like Inter Miami pinkish. And then of course the navy and yellow accent pay homage to the city of St. Louis flag, which again, I won't be surprised maybe at the back of the jersey they might have a flag of St. Louis, or even in the bottom of the jersey they might have a flag of St. Louis, because I've seen before where teams in the back of the top part of the jersey, it has a symbol that kind of represent the club or the city that they base in. And I think it would make sense if they of course would do that either in the back part of the jersey or maybe in the bottom left or bottom right part of the jersey. Well, mostly in the bottom right part, because the bottom left part is when Adidas basically put in their logo. Well, yeah, the authentic kind of kit kind of logo that basically prove that, yep, this jersey is an authentic jersey. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys do like, smash the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below what do you think of this video. And as I said before, I'm just praying the internet will come back up. If it is, then this video will be uploaded tonight. If not, it will be uploaded tomorrow. And in case if there's any news that I didn't mention here on the board, especially as we head to tomorrow, let me know in the comments below, and I'll also do another news of the week episode on Saturday. One last one before we have the beginning of the World Cup starting on Sunday. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you guys do a like, smash the subscribe button, and yeah, I of course will see you guys next time.